Return to Monkey Island inches ever closer to release, and I have a few hopes and dreams about the game. It's too late to get my wishlist into Ron Gilbert now, but I'd be interested to see how many of my hopes come true. I'm a lifelong Monkey Island fan, first playing The Secret of Monkey Island in 1996 when I was just 5 years old. It is one of my oldest and most enduring memories. I have played every Monkey Island and Lucasarts game, and the imminent return of one of my favourite series has turned this 31-year-old into mush. So without further ado, let's count down my wishlist for the game. The Monkey Island series has a whole cast of memorable characters that fans would love to see again. Many have already been revealed over the last couple of months, including Stan S. Stanman, the Voodoo Lady, Wally, Carla, and even Otis, all returning from the first two games. What's less obvious is if there will be returning characters from other games. Murray the Demonic Skull has been revealed, but so far he's the only character from the later games. As a clear frontrunner in fan favourite characters, it's no surprise, but could there be anyone else turning up? In a recent interview, it was revealed that more surprise characters will be returning in the 6th game, and it's my deepest, most sincere hope that Tales of Monkey Island leading lady Morgan Le Fay will be among them. She was a standout addition to the episodic game by Telltale Games, which was headed up by Dave Grossman. The ending of that game specifically set her on a path that would eventually cross with Guybrush once more. Fingers crossed Dave is still invested in that character and has included her in the game. We did get a small glimpse of her in the scrapbook trailer, but this could just be a reference and nothing more. Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge saw the introduction of LeChuck's right-hand man, Largo Legrand, who made an explosive entrance in that game before being sidelined. His fate is left unknown, and he has been absent in the sequels. I would love to see Largo return, maybe not in a large role, but as an undead crew member on LeChuck's ship, maybe replacing Bob. Monkey Island is far from the only iconic location in the franchise, and it would be wonderful to see more islands make a comeback in the game. As far as we know, only Melee and Monkey Island are returning alongside new areas Terror Island and Bermuda. I think I spotted Dinky Island in the trailer, but truthfully it could be Monkey Island or somewhere else entirely. Top of my wish list for returning islands is Scab Island, the starting area from LeChuck's Revenge. It is a truly memorable location that is longing to be seen again. I'd also like to revisit Plunder Island and the Barbary Coast, or even Blood Island. The design of Curse of Monkey Island was something truly wonderful with a host of interesting characters. Imagine meeting an older Kenny Foulmouth or coming across Guybrush's second crew, Haggis McMutton and co. Luca and Jambalaya Island would also be fun locations to visit from Escape from Monkey Island, but they are lower down on my list of wants. As far as Tales of Monkey Island is concerned, I'd be happy to never set foot on Flotsam Island ever again. However, if Guybrush and LeChuck end up in the Afterworld or Hell again, taking some design inspiration from Tales could be fun as well. One of the lingering mysteries from The Secret of Monkey Island that I thought about consistently over the last 30 years is that bloody cave in Meathook's house. It's so inviting, and the adventurer in me is desperate to get in and find out what the heck is down there. Meathook doesn't even mention the cave, which can be seen next to the parrot he makes you touch. In Escape from Monkey Island, the cave has been completely removed from his house, but as Return to Monkey Island ignores the design aspects of Melee Island from this game, I would expect the cave to return if the opportunity to visit Meathook is in the game. So far, he's been entirely absent from any promotional material, so there is a chance he won't be in the game at all, but his crewmates Carla and Otis are both in the game, so it would be strange if the Trinity isn't completed. If he is, and his little island is still intact, I hope we finally get to see what is in that cave. Elaine Marley is an iconic heroine despite getting minimal screen time. Monkey Island is all about Guybrush and his adventures in piracy, but the core cast also contains Governor Marley and LeChuck. Both of these characters are rarely seen in the first and second games. In The Secret of Monkey Island, LeChuck and Elaine are two of the primary drivers of the story. This is less so for LeChuck's Revenge, but both characters are linked to Guybrush's quest for Big Whoop. Elaine has appeared in every game, with the latest games Escape and Tales giving the Governor a bit more screen time, interactability and stuff to do. It would be a shame for Return to Monkey Island to revert Elaine back to just being a character who shows up once or twice in the story and only has a few minutes of screen time each time she appears. It's my hope that Elaine Marley will play a bigger part of the plot to Return to Monkey Island. The trailers that we've seen so far lead me to think this will be the case. We definitely get some shots of Elaine by herself, exploring Monkey Island and doing whatever it is Elaine does. So my hope is, although she won't be a playable character, it will be great if we get to see more from Elaine in Return to Monkey Island. I know that I'll get through this game quickly. I'm not going to be using the hint book, not even once, but I do hope the game lasts a little while. Ideally, I'd like to lose 8 to maybe 10 hours or even more on my first playthrough. I'll be taking it slow, exploring everything and showing my horse armor to absolutely everyone. If the game takes me 8 hours to finish, I'll be happy, because I'll be playing it more than once, of that I'm sure. Thimbleweed Park, Ron's last game, took me around 10 hours to finish, so I'd expect Return to Monkey Island to be something similar. But the difference is Thimbleweed Park was a game that had 5 different characters, and lots of mysteries and threads to follow. Return to Monkey Island follows a single character, Guybrush, and is a bit more of a linear story in that way. I don't know how the story will actually play out, whether it is linear or not, but what I mean is we're following one person on his one adventure. But at the end of the day, if it is shorter than 8 hours, as long as the story is solid and fun to play, it will be well worth it. I want more insult sword fighting, and I want lots of it. Sword fighting didn't appear in LeChuck's Revenge because the developers couldn't figure out a way to build upon the mechanic and didn't want to rehash something from the first game. But now they've had 30 years to figure something out, so hopefully we'll see a new version of insult sword fighting in Return to Monkey Island. The minigame did appear in Curse and Escape. In Curse, the mechanic was changed to rhyming to fit the sea shanty theme of sailing. In Escape, insult formed part of the storyline with the bad guy Ozymandias being an undefeatable opponent. But still, it's been 22 years since the last insult was thrown. If the developers just include the same version from The Secret of Monkey Island, enough time has passed that it will feel fresh again. Hopefully lots of new insults to learn and use, but yes, insult sword fighting, give me more. Money is rarely that important in Monkey Island. You need to earn it for very specific reasons in the first and second games, and you can only really earn the amount that you need. And anything excess just sits in the inventory and does nothing. In the later games, money serves essentially no purpose, with Guybrush managing to get by with just a bag of wooden nickels in The Curse of Monkey Island. And if my memory serves me correctly, I don't think you even make a single piece of 8 in both Tales of Monkey Island and Escape from Monkey Island, but it's been a while since I played them, so maybe that's not the case. Now, I don't expect money to play an enormous role in Return to Monkey Island, but Guybrush is a pirate, and I think it would be fun if there were side quests or mini games that he could do to build up a bank balance. And if that is in the game, then there should be a reason why people need to earn money. Perhaps maybe you need to spend 10 pieces of 8 to start insult sword fighting, or something like that, just to make it feel like money is more real, visceral in the world of Monkey Island. And that's the 7 things that I would like to see in Return to Monkey Island. The game comes out in just a matter of days, so we'll check back in with this list in a couple of weeks and see how my hopes, my dreams, my desires fared with the release of the new game. But please do comment below with the things that you would like to see in Return to Monkey Island. Is it a returning character like Ignatius Cheese from Escape from Monkey Island, or Haggis McMutton from The Curse of Monkey Island? Would you like to see Blood Island and the cannibals appear on screen in the new art style? Comment below with your thoughts, and do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy content on Monkey Island and other adventure games.